let's start the discussion. Lions Vikings this weekend.
All right.
Now that all of our attention is going to be turned towards that game on Sunday, can you give me a roadmap to where the Lions will be able to shock the world and beat the Minnesota Vikings? Now, the odds makers give them no chance. The pundits give them no chance. The Lions are a cute story, but I don't know if you know this or not, but the Minnesota Vikings own this division now, D-Mac. Is there any way that the Lions can stay in this game, let alone win?
Well, knowing that how serious you are, and I don't detect any tone in your voice.
None
at
whatsoever.
All, the continuation of the building of what they've done on offense and to take care of the ball. It's not, and yes, I expect a better effort, especially in the middle, against the run than what Dallas, gave us, because Minnesota's defense is better. And you got to give them respect. They're 5-0, but they've done it with Sam Darnold. And I know we've lost Aiden Hutchinson and stuff like this, but the biggest thing about this team is the improvement on defense. Now, you got to go up against Justin Jefferson, but you just shut down CeeDee Lamb, right? So there is some confidence there. Now, I'm sure Justin Jefferson's going to get his touches, but are you going to let and allow Sam Darnold to beat you? I don't think so. With the emergence and the play and the confidence, the way the stat of Kirby Joseph's got 4 end zone interceptions. The Lions have given up 1 10-yard touchdown in the red zone and then picked off 5 balls. Come on. To me, that's the imperativeness of the improvement of this defense. So the path to win is by not allowing Sam Darnold to do what he's done against every other team.
Okay, say all that happens, D-Mac. Say by some miracle you're within 10 in the fourth quarter to this juggernaut of a team. This team that has set the NFL on fire. This team that right now has the 1972 Miami Dolphins, the ones that are left, texting each other, calling each other, thinking about it. How do you get over that, D-Mac? How do you get over the top of that mountain? Did you ever play a team in your career, and I'm sure at some point you did, where you said, boys, we have no shot. But today, damn it, today we're going to shock the world.
Maybe there was a couple times, when everything was going against and the only way out was through, right? And here's the thing. This has been set up. What did we say about before the season about this NFC North? It was legitimately, this is a division in football. So, you hold the title in this division, you got to go in and win in the other team's places. So this is a statement. This is more of a statement game for the Lions. And again, they're going to use not having Aiden Hutchinson to their advantage as far as motivation, and everybody's work hard, and that's what the focus is at practice.
That will be real, right? I know we're
real. And the one thing I think I said it is that I would compare it to is probably like in the 98 season losing Vladimir Konstantinov and figuring out how to play without him. Now, it might be an adjustment first, right? But they're going to figure out if they need to add that player or how they're going to use the guys inside. What did we see the other day, right? The emergence of the inside. But I saw Josh Pascal's name a bunch of times. Mm-hmm. I saw him around the ball. That's a guy that can step up. It gives opportunity. Injury gives opportunity. So I trust his coaching staff, and this is a statement game. So even though no matter when everything goes against you, and it doesn't seem like there's no way out, just got to go through.
The only way is through.
The only way is through.
Spenny, how about you, man? Can you chart a path for me? Because obviously the Lions have no shot in this football game.
Yeah.
Obviously they're going against a juggernaut in the NFL. Give me a path, Spenny.
It's going to be good on good. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the NFL, and you're going to need to Ben Johnson versus Brian Flores is going to be the matchup to watch. So I'm excited to see what they do. The Vikings defense is good at stopping the run. They're a good defense. They obviously have a lot of playmakers now with Dallas Turner and Andrew Van Ginkel and guys like Grenard that they signed. They brought in not Lattimore, Gilmore, and so they've got a lot of players on that defense. I'm excited to watch this game. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Minnesota's defense is tough, especially when it comes to stopping the run.
Kenneth Matthews, get this dude Neil off the show. Hey, I'm the only one in the media that admits like what this is. We have no shot at winning this football game. I was told that the Minnesota Vikings, they're 5-0. They're the favorites in this game. We're going into their house. We got to do whatever we can do to not embarrass us, the franchise, and the city, because the Vikings are great and they are to be feared.
They might piss themselves when they hear that horn and that skull chant.
Oh my!
How do you overcome that?
I'm not going to watch. I'm going to go mow the lawn or something. What's the point?
True.
This is one of the all-time great franchises we're talking about here in the Minnesota Vikings. And Sam Darnold, who's had a renaissance. And if there were a Heisman Award in the NFL, he would win it.
He's back.
He's back. Like he never left. He's an all-time great. I'm terrified, KG. I'm terrified of this team. I'm terrified of Sam Darnold. And I don't know what we're going to do.
Damn. It's a tough spot to be in.
I know, and I appreciate you guys, like trying to help me out and trying to show me a way and everything like that. But you guys know in your heart they're doomed, right? You know that, right, Spenny?
Yeah,
you know this is the Minnesota Vikings we're talking about.
Super Bowl favorites.
Super Bowl favorites.
MVP frontrunner Sam Darnold.
MVP frontrunner Sam Darnold.
Hey, man.
So, can we be serious for a minute or no?
Sure. Yeah. What do you got?
What is the thing that not scares you, but what is the thing that you fear the most? Is it the fact that you don't think that you'll be able to adjust and get pressure, and Aaron Glenn's not going to be able to form a game plan to continue to get pressure, right? Because to me, it's not the sacks as much as it is the confusion and the pressure that's coming from the middle. Right, given our secondary that less than second and a half or whatever to adjust and to cover properly. So what is it Justin Jefferson? Is it the long ball? Like what do we fear of this Minnesota team? Or is there something?
No, they have a very good receiving core, obviously.
Right.
Nobody ever talks about Jordan Addison, but he's a very, very good player.
Yeah.
No doubt about
Terry and
that.
Arnold's going to see a lot of Jordan Addison.
Is there any word on Aaron Jones? Like what his story is?
They traded for Cam Akers, so
it's
he's hurt.
Might not be good.
Yeah.
He's hurt. Yeah.
Surprise.
Man, they're just trying to give us. They just want to rest him because they know they got an auto win this week. So
I guess
they want to know. They know they want to bring him back. No, and it's it's like Spenny said. Their defense is pretty good. Yeah, it's a good defense, no doubt.
They retool on defense.
I don't know. I just again.
But this Lions offense is playing at a level right now. Nobody wants to see the Lions right now.
It's cooking.
I'm telling you. So
I think again, it's a baseline for me, D-Mac. The Lions will run the football on you, whether you want them to or not. Whether you think you're going to stop them or you don't. That's a non-negotiable. They are running the football on you. Mm-hmm. The show goes on.
Another non-negotiable. You're not running the ball on the Lions. I go into every game knowing that the other team is going to be one-dimensional.
That's it. And look, Justin Jefferson's a great player, obviously. I just don't believe in Sam Darnold. I don't. And they can be 5-0 all they want. And now let's see how they handle it. How does Sam Darnold handle it where you've had the bye week to kind of bathe in your own sauce a little bit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you got Stephen A. Smith out there saying that he's the second best. They're their second best team in his power rankings and all that stuff. Okay, show me, because I don't believe it.
Yep.
I don't, and I won't believe it. You got to show me, and that's just something for me. I do think the Lions are being slept on. I just can't see a world where the Lions are an underdog to the Vikings. For real, do you expect them to win?
Absolutely.
Do you expect them to win?
100%.
Do you
Not a
expect
doubt
them
in
to
my
win?
mind.
Yes.
Like, what are we talking about here?
This isn't the team that
It's going to be a good
scares
game.
me. And you know what other people say to Hawkinson coming back or whatever.
I don't care about that.
I don't either. Minnesota never is the one that scares me. Green Bay is always the one that you have to get through.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm
They don't
saying?
scare
No,
me
Minnesota, I think this is a statement game. And because a statement game to this team is what we can do without our best player. That's huge too. You little like last week was a statement game. They're just like friggin' Alexander the Great, just taking over the world right now. They just go into Dallas and absolutely punk them. When we were hearing the commercial by Dan Campbell talking about dragging them in the deep end and drowning them, what did I say? I go, should be followed by that game highlights.
No,
they're walking around this league right now, knowing themselves, and they have a purpose. Right? There's a bunch of purposes, but two, when you lose arguably your best player, that's going to galvanize a team built like this, built like the guy next to him is more important than they are. Look at the way, like you said, how do we, like, as fans or when we're talking about the attitude or what comes out, right? It's the running game. How does that offensive line and how do they run? All the teams that you consider legitimate have a running back, have something that can pound in the trenches, right? It's a trench warfare game. You respect the aerial assault, but that can always change. That's not the constant. The constant is punches in the face, down low, offense and defense, pushing in the line this way and that way, whatever way you want to do it. Spenny, it was easy, I think, put the clip of Penny Sewell. And I didn't see that but to the pass where he blocked outside, came back. You're dealing with like this is the attitude. And here's the thing. We see it, right? Because we're here. Right? The fans that watch it on a daily and listen on a daily, we know what is building. They're sending the message even more so. Last year it was making noise around the league. Now this is is this not a statement game with the way that Minnesota? What if you're a Detroit Lion right now and you're at practice and it doesn't matter who you are, right? And you got to hear all this stuff about these Minnesota Vikings or whatever like that. Well, you know what? Let's go. Come on, fist fight. That's what this is going to be. Yep. It's going to be a trench warfare fist fight. And when it comes down to it, I don't think Minnesota, let alone a couple teams in this league, can line up against us when it comes down to it.
No, and like, look, too, make no mistake, the Lions know the situation. So after the Vikings play us this week, they're at the Rams, they're home against Indy, they're at Jacksonville, they're at Tennessee, they're at Chicago, they're home against Arizona, they're home against Atlanta, home against Chicago. Like, you do have to take care of them. Now, I like it because, again, as I talked about before, they're in the playoffs.
100%.
I'm 100% certain in saying that because the math says they are.
Unless they start losing guys, right? Like, you can't, like, losing Aaron Jones.
Even then, though, like with that schedule, even then, they're going to win 9 games. Guaranteed win 9 games. Probably guaranteed to win 10. I just want to see if San Francisco is able to keep it together. Because they're teetering. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely.
Like, they're teetering. Minnesota's going to keep either Philly or San Fran out of the playoffs. And I like that.
Yeah.
Because I'd much rather see Minnesota than San Francisco.
That's a fact.
So
I here's how I look at it now. And even as you lost the Hutchinson and how you're going to adjust to that, you're on your own mission. And it's everybody else is watching you. Everybody else has to adjust to you. Right, to whatever else.
And that's it, D-Mac, right there. Because make no mistake, you can put them wherever you want in your power rankings, the Vikings. You can talk about them being 5-0 and Darnold's had a renaissance. The Lions are still the boss here.
We're coming to town, and we're going to show it like that. And that's the whole thing. If you ask them, it's like, we'll show you on Sunday. We're just going to play the game on Sunday.
Yeah,
Everybody
like that is it.
Talk. You can talk. All the pundits can talk.
That is 100% it.
But you better do your chin strap up real tight.